Welcome back to 1010's Podcast. I'm your host, Robbie, and across from me is my co-host, Adam Nilsson and Dusty Nixon, and we are back as a threesome on our International Travel and Leisure Podcast.
We gained the international...
I mean, I guess it's international now, isn't it?
Yep.
Because previously it was just the International Voice of Time.
I drove
Attack,
across it. Now I had to get a passport even.
This is big time.
Yeah.
So you're set up to do International Time Attack things now.
I mean, yeah, but I probably won't.
So, Adam, because
Robbie,
because you're you, tell me, how many months in advance did you have your passport?
What you're asking me is how much extra money I had to spend to get my passport before I left for my trip. Is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Let me lodge a guess. Yeah, let me lodge a guess that it was inside the window of needing a rush fee.
It's normally 6 weeks,
it was definitely
right?
inside the window of needing a rush fee. It was well inside of that. Let me see here. Let me find this picture real quick. There it is, right there. I received it May 7th.
Yep,
and you left on May.
I left a week ago. What day did I leave? I left the Friday before Memorial Day.
So that was like the 23rd
but,
or 22nd.
I definitely had to pay an extra $100 fee to get it on time.
Because Uncle Sam can get things done quick. You just got to pay some money for it.
Yeah, they're willing. I mean,
yep.
Yeah, it cost me almost $200 to get my passport, and I think it only would have cost me like $90 if I'd have done it 6 weeks in advance, but instead I did it like 3 weeks in advance, and I had to pay the extra.
Well, you didn't.
They got it in 2 weeks, though. They got it quick.
Well, you didn't have this planned way in advance either. Like, this was just like, hey, we're doing this.
I've known a while.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was actually giving you credit there.
No, I knew. Gosh,
sometimes credit is not due.
Definitely, probably sometime around New Year's when he asked me if I wanted to go.
Oh, then no excuse.
If not even before that. And I essentially committed immediately without even consulting my significant other.
I mean, that's what you do. I mean, that's kind of what we did with Europe. I was just like, yeah, you want to go to Le Mans? Yeah, we'll do that. Figure out the details later. Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Forgiveness.
I definitely
permission.
I definitely haven't been shamed by my significant other about the fact that we probably won't do any sort of significant family-related vacation that she had hoped to do this year because I went there. But the dirty little secret is that what she wanted to do, we weren't going to do whether I went to Canada or not. So, because
don't worry, honey. We weren't taking that vacation either way.
She's got a lot bigger eyes than she should about that kind of stuff. So,
yep, I got told a couple of weeks ago that we're going to Disney, so we're doing that.
Well, I believe it was Adam Jubay who told us just expect to spend about $2,000 a day, and it's no big deal.
Robbie's not spending shit.
That's race car money.
Yeah, I was told I was going to Disney. I was not. This is not my trip. I'm just attending. So when Jess's family's taking everyone to Disney, I just get to tag along.
Right.
So.
No, Katie wanted to go to the Wisconsin Dells.
I should probably not tell you that I'll be in the Wisconsin Dells over Labor Day.
Which is fine, but like everything nickel and dimes you these days. And like, so, it's anywhere between $20 and $40 a person to get into anything.
Yep.
Even the littlest things, which isn't so bad if it's just me and Katie, or if it was just you and Jess, but I also have 2 children I got to drag along, and that instantly becomes really expensive. And you're doing that 2-3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And you're spending $150 to $200 a night to stay in a hotel, and those trips become thousands of dollars really, really quickly.
Real fast.
And that just wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
So.
And of course, you because you have kids, you want to go during the summer where everything's
Right.
2x price.
Right. Canada cost me $1,200 out the door.
That is not bad at all.
No,
Is that American or Canadian?
Maple,
That was
it's Maple
American.
Leafs.
that was American.
How many loonies is that?
That was gas to get there, all the food that we ate the entire week, and the cabin, and the guy that one of the guys that went with us brought a boat.
Let's take a step back.
Okay,
Let's take one step back.
should.
Where the hell did you go and what did you do?
I went to Red Lake, Ontario, which is like it was probably between 4 and 5, probably not quite 6 hours north of the border.
Oh, nice.
Literally, there was ice on this lake a week and a half before we got there.
That's nuts.
I was genuinely worried that I was going to need to bring my ice fishing rods. And by ice fishing rod, I mean the one that was given to me because I still don't understand ice fishing and I refuse to be a part of it. But I have done it twice. I have not caught a single fish either time, and I don't understand its appeal. But that's a different
Just
story.
because you don't drink.
Yeah.
Well, there might be something to that, I guess. I don't know. But we went to Red Lake, Ontario. We were there. We stayed at a lodge. So the lodge was like a wilderness camp, right? And there's a bunch of little cabins. And the expressed purpose of this place is a fishing camp. That's all it is. And the lake that we were on, the driveway to the camp, to the wilderness camp, is probably 3 to 5 miles long, and it's like a fucking logging trail.
Yeah, I was just like beat level B. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you were on that lake, the entire time that we were on that lake, you cannot see, with the exception of in the very, very, very far distance in one spot that we were at, I could see one tower, like cell tower, radio tower, something like that. With the exception of that, the entire week that we were there, you could not tell, or you could not see a single sign of human life anywhere. You can't hear the roads. There was little to no airplane traffic. There was no towns that border this lake that you could see from the lake. We were on Gull Point, I think, lake, which is part of this chain of like 5 lakes, and Red Lake, Ontario is the town closest to it. But I don't think Red Lake's got 5,000 people in it. I mean, it's not very big.
Wow.
And
This looks like a ski resort town kind of thing.
we only drove through we seriously drove through less than 10 towns from the time we left the United States of America to the time we got where we were going.
So is it like a bunch of cabins or lodges, or is it just like...
There was like 12 cabins at the place that we stayed at.
Okay.
And there was, I think, 4 or 5 other camps like ours on this lake. And so like every once in a while you'd see all of these places have boats that you can rent, and so they've got the name on the side of the boat. And every once in a while you'd see another boat that you don't recognize, or a boat that's got a different name on it on the side. But that was literally the only other contact we had with anybody.
Wow. Was
the people in our group, in our cabins, which apparently this is one of those deals where I'll bet out of the 12 cabins that were there, we should have at least 6 people in every cabin, except one is bigger and one has 2 people. But basically all of the other cabins are 6-person cabins. I'll bet at least half of those cabins were filled by the same people every single year.
Oh, sure.
And so, like, the group that I went with, they knew at least half of the people in these other cabins because...
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
Like, the group that I went with has been doing this for 20 years. They have missed 2 years because of COVID, and that's it.
Wow.
So the group has changed over the years, but that group has been doing this for 20 years. So, and there were other cabins that are doing the same thing. And before we left, they already put their deposit down for next year.
And it's always the same week.
Yep, same week, every single time. And if you don't get your week before you leave, you're not guaranteed a cabin.
Huh.
So I think it's one of those deals where you put your deposit down, and then if you don't end up going, I'm sure they've got a waiting list and they just give you your money back.
Sure.
But it's always different people. There's a couple of there were 5 of us, and 2 of us, me and one other guy, this was our first years. The rest of them have been at least once. But we left Friday after work, drove halfway there, got there about noon on Saturday, fished Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We were on the water by 8. We would come off the water and clean the fish and then fry them and eat them for lunch anywhere between noon and 2. And then we'd be back on the water until probably 8 o'clock that night. Every single day. So
This is like Robbie getting to go to the racetrack for a week.
it doesn't get dark. I seriously never saw it get dark.
It probably doesn't this time of year.
Say you're north enough. You might be getting the weird hours.
I screenshot this. I should have sent it to you, but let me find it here.
It's like
First light 4:26 a.m. This is Central Time
Okay.
because it's basically straight north from where I am right now.
Yes.
4:26 a.m. first light, 5:10 a.m. sunrise. 16 hours and 7 minutes of daylight, sunset at 9:18, last light at 10:02.
That's basically what Road America was last year.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Grid Life. Like,
Yeah,
I was sleeping.
Last week in May, not fucking middle of July, you know?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I was sleeping in a car with no shade and okay, it's 4:30. I guess I'm waking up now.
But
bright outside.
I got up between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning, so the sun's already out, and I was usually in bed by like 9:30. So I never saw darkness the whole time we were there.
Wild. So this camp,
Yeah.
I assume it has some of the best hiking trails in the world.
There's the forest is too thick.
There's no trails. Like
There's no hiking trails.
you literally get to fish
Well,
and fish. That's
Dude,
it.
the forest is so thick there that anytime you're on that, like, you can't see 10 foot off the water
Neat.
because the forest is so thick.
well, and it also
You're
like,
driving down the road, and with the exception of like some occasional clearings or where they've done like logging, you can't see 10 to 15 foot off the road. It's just
Wild.
trees.
well, and it looks like it's either like dense forest or it's lakes. There's like
That's all it
There's
is.
just-
And these are
there's like
natural
10
lakes.
yeah, there's like 10,000 lakes it looks like.
That's,
Oh,
that's
or whatever that
that's
converts to in
Minnesota.
metric.
Yeah, that's Minnesota.
Yeah,
It was fucking
whatever
wild.
10,000 converts to in metric.
Yeah. So, but apparently this year was pretty slow as far as fish catching was concerned. There were literally years where each individual caught as many fish as we caught combined. Like there are years where they regularly will catch well over 100 fish per person.
Nice.
I was told that there was one night where 4 guys on 2 boats caught 80 some fish in 2 hours, which would be fucking wild. I don't even know how that's possible.
That's why there's no fish now.
Well, so you can't keep anything over 18 inches
Over. Okay.
because they're trying to protect their trophy population for walleye.
Sure.
You couldn't keep anything over 18 inches because they're trying to protect their trophy population and their spawning population so that fish keep cycling back in. And then really anything under like say 12 or 13 inches, you're going to put back anyway because there's not enough meat to make it worth the time. So basically you were looking at like a 13 to 18 inch fish was all we were keeping.
Oh.
And our party limit was 18 fish a day. And I don't know that we limited out any single day.
So does that group take the fish home with them, or do you guys like just eat them all by
You're
the time
only
you're
allowed
gone?
you're only allowed to bring 1 day's limit back across the border.
Okay.
So we could only bring 18 fish back between the 5 of us. And since I'm the only person in my family who likes fish, and we didn't have 18 fish total to bring home with us because we ate too much of it, I didn't bring any fish back. I told them it was fine to let the other guys have it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to fucking go through that effort just for myself.
I get that.
So.
Because then you're going to have to invest in your whole fillet kit, and then you're going to have a whole.
Oh, no, they had to be filleted and cleaned. I literally just would have needed to bread them and fry them.
Oh, okay.
So you have to leave an inch strip of the scales on the outside of the fillets so that the species can be identified at border crossing if they decide to look.
Sure.
Yeah, I was curious how if you just got a big bag of fillets, like how do they tell if it's 18 fish?
Yeah, so you're required
70 fish.
You're required to freeze it as for the walleye. It was one walleye per bag. With a 1-inch strip of the scales facing out so they could see the two fillets. And then for pike, it can only be one fillet per bag.
Interesting.
And they provide bags that you're supposed to use to put the fish in. The camp did.
And I'm assuming this probably isn't like a big problem. Like people aren't really... You know what I mean? Like maybe they are. I don't know. Just like it just seems like it'd be a weird thing to really fight that. And then it's whether
the guy that invited me with, which is one of my coworkers, he told me in the 8 years that he's been going, they've only once had any individual truck stopped at border crossing to be searched or inspected in any way.
Sure.
And he said that the Canadian guards when you're going in are generally more friendly than the American guards when you're coming out.
I'm shocked.
Because Canada that part of Canada needs these people for their tourism industry.
And America doesn't need you for shit.
And weed is legal there, so America doesn't want you bringing it back into Minnesota.
Isn't it? No, not Minnesota.
I don't know if it is or not.
I don't think it is in Minnesota yet.
I don't know. There was a store that was
Texas.
literally across the street. Like
border.
You pulled up at the border station. You got through it going into Canada. You cross a bridge, and then there's like a half a block of just buffer zone, and then a street. And across that street was dispensaries on both corners.
That's what Illinois was like out of Iowa for a while.
And no room to park.
Sounds right.
So
Minnesota's full legal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It must be cheaper there or something. I don't know.
That's just more fun to do it in a foreign country.
I mean, maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
See, the entire time you were there, I kept thinking about that 70s Show episode where they go to Canada to get beer. And that's how I envisioned your attitude towards like just being excited to go to Canada for beer, even though you obviously were not actually going to Canada for beer.
Right.
His hair does kind of look like Kelso's hair.
Exactly.
Right
It's Canada beer air horn.
we didn't. I didn't. We went into the grocery store on Saturday when we got there and bought the rest of the food we needed for the week, the stuff that we didn't think would stay on our trip up. And with the exception of that and hitting a gas station on our way back out, I literally didn't do anything in Canada except at that cabin. It was like when we go to these destination racetracks, we go to these places that people like, like we never actually went, but like Laguna Seca, like, oh yeah, I was in Monterey, California. Oh, how's that? I don't fucking know. I never left the racetrack. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a great overlook at turn 6.
Yep.
Like it was that way for this trip too. Like I did not interact with anything Canadian at all. I never had the opportunity to eat poutine or anything like that. So
I sampled the local flair at the concession stand off of turn 9.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Yeah, exactly. What'd you do this weekend? Oh, I went to Colorado. Oh, where? Colorado Springs. Oh, was that really cool? I don't know, man. I never left the racetrack.
And when I did, it was to go shower at a truck stop. So
Right, yeah. So, but it was fun. I think it might be a one and done thing for me. But
you got to, he's got to get something even more exciting and more wild.
Well, so
Florida,
Yep.
offshore.
Offshore, yep.
The guy whose boat we were on, he's like 70 some years old, and he's literally been going to Canada fishing for 50 years. And like, he just wanted to catch walleye to eat. That's all he wanted. Big fish, don't care. Other kinds of fish, don't care. We're here for walleye between 15 and 18 inches long. I want nothing else. And I wanted to catch big fish. Like, I'm just here to catch giant trophy fish.
Giant trophy fish with giant trophy lures.
Right.
So proud of you.
Yeah, dude, I bought a rod last year that's just for throwing really big baits, and I don't get to use it very often around here because half the time the fish I'm catching are as big as some of the baits I'm trying to throw here.
That's because you're not throwing the big baits.
No, it's because that's how bigger they are in these little fucking ponds. But
You'll never know.
But I had that tied up one day when we were sitting in the patio, and he's like, "What do you think you're going to do with that?" And I was like, "I'm going to catch big fish. What do you think I'm going to do with this thing?" And I started throwing that the next day. Anytime he would get close enough to shore that I could cast it out to shore and then drag it back to me, I'm sitting on the front of the boat just fucking casting. He's dragging around, just trolling, being an old man about it, and I'm just casting my heart out. Dude, my arm was so sore.
I'm so proud of you right now.
But I got into one big, I'm assuming pike. I never saw him. He got off.
Shoot.
But when I got my bait back, it's got giant teeth holes in it and stuff. I mean, it's all chewed up. It was the best day of my life. It was amazing. I didn't even land it. It was the most amazing thing that's ever happened.
That would be fun. No. So I've only done walleye and pike once or a couple of times when I was living in Minnesota. And yeah, we just did the trolling thing, and I didn't keep any of them. My boss at the time he filleted a few of them.
This trolling thing is not for me.
It's what my dad, whenever he was little, my grandparents, they would go out and just throw off the back of the boat and just cruise around.
Just drive around until something hits it.
Because this was before they added striped bass to Lake Texoma here, and they said you could catch, like, they call them sand bass, that you could just catch, like, you just throw something out there and just start pulling them back in the boat, just and then they released striper, and the striper ate like everything else. And
yeah, that's how that goes. But I don't know. It was fun, but I don't think I'll do it twice. It just wasn't my kind of fishing. The biggest walleye and the biggest pike I caught were both off the bank, so I don't know. Boats aren't necessary, apparently. So
the guy shopping for a boat right now.
No, it just popped up on Facebook. I'm not shopping for a boat, I assure you.
Hey, we aren't shopping for race car parts either. They just show up. It just happens. Yeah. I wasn't shopping for a 300ZX, and now I got one in the garage. Just saying.
BMW wagons, things just show up.
Things just happen, Adam.
If I tell you I own a boat, that means I don't own an Omni anymore. Let's just put it that way.
I like how it's definitely not an if, it's a when.
I said if.
No, it's
technically still spring of 26.
Yeah.
I said if I show up with a boat, it's because I don't own an Omni.
When he shows up with a boat,
it's just gonna be a little guy.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't need anything crazy.
Pretty much every boat or every lake that's around here, the only thing it's their electric motor only, no wake lakes. And so if I did actually decide to buy one, which I'm still not convinced I'm going to do anytime soon, it would just be something little like that.
Yeah. No, but I enjoyed. Go on.
You know the two best days of a boat owner's life, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't know. My biggest thing with boats is that 90% of the time I spend fishing is only for like an hour or two. When I can sneak away, like, the kids are taking a break and everyone's wound down and, I'm going to go fish the pond for an hour. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to, by the time I get a boat off the trailer and ready to go, I'd have to put it back on the trailer and come back home again. So
you'll get much faster at that. Don't worry.
It's just not worth it.
You gotta convince Logan to come with you.
It's not worth the effort. He's so bored with fishing. If they're not biting, he's out.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son last summer made it approximately 3.5 minutes. And he was like, "Where are the fish? Why didn't we catch any fish?"
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, "I don't know, buddy. I don't get it either."
It's not about catch. It's called fishing, not catching.
Yeah, he didn't like that reasoning.
Yeah, well, I didn't. When
I was standing there with a bright blue and green 2-foot long fishing pole on the dock next to some guys that looked like real hardcore about their fishing, and I was like, "Yep, I'll just be here." Yep.
I was definitely the nerd of the group I went with. It wasn't quite as bad as the like, this is our drinking trip and we fish for a little while in between. It wasn't quite that, but I was definitely the most serious about fishing.
I can see that.
So
You were the guy at Cars and Coffee asking people what their alignment specs were.
yeah, 'cause I've gone way off the deep end on fishing for sure. So
No, I mean it sounds like an amazing trip. Like
yeah, it was cool. Definitely something everyone should do. Get out in the wilderness and be out of the world.
Yeah, I want to do some Canada travel. That was one of the things that was on the list of possibilities for our California trip in March, but I was like, Canada's cold in March, I bet.
yeah,
Especially still cold in
especially
March.
for a Texan. Yeah,
It depends on how far up you go, I guess.
I was looking at like Banff, which I think is cold in the middle of summer. So,
I think that's the point there, isn't it?
yeah.
So anyway, car stuff. Maybe
no one's here for that. No one's here for that.
that's fair.
I have a beverage.
Jess drinks those all the time.
You got a bubbler? God, you are such a white girl.
It came free in a bag from Target, so it was them trying to woo my wife back to Target.
Did it work?
She's been there once or twice since then, I think, but I don't venture outside of my normal things very often. Let's see if I can catch the. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
That's satisfying.
I bet this is going to taste like artificial sweeteners.
I can
can tell-
taste it from here
Yep.
as well as you can.
Artificial sweeteners and still kind of a energy drinky aftertaste, I'm betting.
Yeah,
What is it? Is it grapefruit or something? Like that's kind of what it looks like.
it is raspberry lime citrus, and it kind of tastes like cough medicine. Yeah.
I would say Jess's choice in sparkling waters, besides the splash ones, are very different from mine. And she likes that stuff, and I do not.
This actually tastes almost exactly like the redone, ruined Liquid Deaths do to me.
They're
Like,
not,
it's
they're
really
not
close.
ruined.
They're not great.
Have you had the strawberry one yet?
No, I did the lime. I only ever really liked the lime.
Try the
ones
strawberry
'cause
one.
But I just they're too sweet. I don't want my sparkling water sweet.
Oh, that's
I want it to be like I'm driving next to a truck full of lemons. Like
Do I smell lemon?
it's like the truck full of LaCroix passed a truck of strawberries on its way to the grocery store.
so we're on a little bit different ends of the spectrum there on the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My sweet tooth kicks in too hard. I want a sparkling water that tastes like a soda, but I don't want it to taste like soda. Very picky.
I don't want it to be. I don't like this is too sweet for me too.
I want to get slapped across the face with flavor.
No,
Like a Taki, but without the spice.
like a Taki you can drink.
Yes.
They did have in Canada, the one gas station that we stopped at on our way back, they had a flavor of Mountain Dew I can't get here.
oh, was it
So
good?
I was fucking pumped about that.
What was it?
It was called Supernova, and it was a melon berry. It was actually really good. I really enjoyed it.
Interesting. I had never heard of that.
Yeah.
Little
either
Caesars. Little Caesars has an exclusive one right now that it's,
It's
bright,
mango, it's garbage.
bright, or Little Caesars orange.
Yep, it's mango and it's garbage.
Ugh, mango. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not a mango.
Casey's is supposed to have a blackberry
That'd be good.
citrus that's supposed to come out like any time now. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I don't go into Casey's as much as I used to. So,
Speaking of liquid death, my kid the other day, something I don't know. He just kind of came out of nowhere with it. He was like, "What's that water with the skeleton on it?" I was like, "Liquid death." He's like, "Yeah, liquid death. Why is it called liquid death? Death is bad. Death is when you die."
it's not wrong.
Well, did you explain marketing to him?
I said, so yeah, they put that on there because they wanted it. They thought it was a silly way to talk about water, and they wanted you to remember it. And did it work? And he's like, yeah, it worked. Like, he's way too smart.
They pick
It's
up
gonna
more
cost-
than I was gonna say. They pick up more than you realize.
Yeah, it's going to cause problems.
So annoying.
Like, he's way more he's more observant at 5 than I was at 15 or possibly even 25. So yeah, it's going to be a problem.
Or 38, whatever.
Yeah, 40. Yeah.
Happens. I guess I did some car stuff. We want to talk about that.
Yeah, you got some car stuff. I got some car stuff for once.
I like it.
I'm just fixing shit boxes over here. It's nothing.
Me
that
too, bro.
exciting.
Me
So
too.
are we.
Yep, happens. We're all on the
Fair.
same. We're all on the same team, man.
I feel like my shit box is shittier than your shit box, but that's fine. And also, you shit box terribly. Because you fix things that aren't actually broken; they're just mild annoyances. I have to. I fix things because they've left me stranded.
You're not wrong. I fix everything.
Mild annoyances.
There's literally nothing wrong on the Sonic.
Robbie's like, there was some stains on the carpet, and I just really had to get them out of there. And Adam's
Pulled
like,
the entire carpet out and replaced it.
I didn't go that far, but I did fix like the door hand. I replaced the door handle, and there's one that Adam will really appreciate. It's been like at least 8 months, but so on the Sonic, the passenger window switch on the driver's side, I could open and close the driver's side window and the rears, but the passenger side I could open it with the driver's door switch, but I couldn't close it with the driver door switch. I have to lean over, and then
That just means you don't ever open that window.
so
Problem solved.
the car's only like 4 feet wide. You can just reach over there. And,
yeah, but I have to reach all the way over there.
No, you
4
just
feet.
don't fix it, Robbie.
So I fixed it, and now it does the automatic up and the automatic down.
I can't even. I don't understand it.
It does have kind of a little creaky sound in the suspension, so I'll probably replace that. I just got new tires on it last week.
Hello, Fortunato.
No. I wonder if that discount works.
And then there's me over here who found the like rubber isolator for a body mount to my Blazer sitting on the driveway, and I just went, yeah, I don't care, and threw that in the trash. And I didn't even get underneath it to look at where it came from. Doesn't fucking matter to me.
It's not a problem.
There's still 5 more of them.
Exactly. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's fine. It rusted off. There's no way I'm going to fix it. That's for sure. So I don't even need to look at it.
Jen's car had the front windows on both sides. The tent had started to bubble on them, so she got them fixed. And
She's
you're not.
still in the Trailblazer thing.
Yeah, it's Blazer, but
Yeah. Okay.
so she got them fixed, and then the next morning we stop and get coffee on the way to go somewhere, and I just pull in the drive-through. And then as I realize that there's cars behind me and I can't get out of the drive-through, I look down at the window switch that has the tape across it, because you're not supposed to use the windows for like 4 days after you get the tent redone. And
So now you're opening the window.
well, no, so At first, I just rolled the window on the second door down and slid the seat like as far back as I could go, and it was like I'm out of my face is in the window, and then I just opened up the door.
Oh my god!
And they didn't even give me a second look. They just handed me the coffee.
No, I'm sure that they're used to way dumber things.
Oh
than
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
I want to get a right-hand drive car purely to go through the drive-through backwards.
Yep.
There is one like local burger joint in the Des Moines area that has a passenger side pickup. And I have seen somebody in like a Skyline or something like that more than once going through there because they're like, fuck yeah, I can just
Hell yeah.
It's right here, man.
Yeah. Robbie knows exactly which one I'm talking
Yep,
about.
I do. I've been there.
It's the best fast food burger on the planet.
Let's not.
And I will not entertain anything else.
Let's not fight tonight, Adam.
I'm here. You're right, Robbie.
It's been a good
I'm
night.
not going to fight because there's no argument to be had here.
Bebop's is a fine burger.
It's the best fast food burger that money can buy.
Let's just stop right there.
I will not hear anything else.
Actually, the problem is everything that I would choose is technically not be fast food. So
that's why I made the qualifier. I'm not going to say that it's the best burger on the planet, but it's the best fast food one.
it's good. It is good. Don't get me wrong. But
So good. I'm going to go eat Bebop's tomorrow. Actually, that's not true.
You weren't going to, but now you're going to just to make him mad.
No, but I might do it on. Oh wait, tomorrow is Friday. No,
it's Thursday. Yeah.
I might do it Friday for Fast Food Fridays because that's what we do at my work now.
See, I always get something on the way home from work on Fridays. So, which is why I got White Castle last time.
Since you're a part-timer and you leave at lunchtime.
I was going to say that's probably the same time I go get lunch too.
How dare you say something so accurate? Half day Fridays is a thing. It's totally normal. Everyone does this.
Oh, man.
Actually,
so what did you do on your shitbox, Robbie? Let's hear it.
Oh, it's not my shitbox. It's my race car.
Oh, it's the other shitbox?
Yeah, the other shitbox. So, no, the Sonic doesn't need anything. It's fine. It's just getting more miles. Got new tires. That's it. No, I got the Z's all together. I did a test day. Actually, I've done two now. I did a test day at Mid-Ohio on Memorial Day. Right? No.
Yeah, but you had to bail out of that.
No, it was a random Monday.
Yeah, that was the Monday that you were just off work.
Yeah, I took a day off of work. It was a random Monday that I was at a Tracklicious event.
So we give Matt Beck crap all the time because just on random weekdays he sends us pictures from the racetrack.
He's always at the track.
What, do you work?
He's a government contractor, so no.
No.
But he had like a membership.
This time we got to give it back to Robbie though.
Yeah. So I heard it all day. Oh, look who's at the track on a Monday. Yeah. So this would be the first time I had it out, and basically was getting up to speed, shaking it down, getting comfortable in the car again. Realized that. So I had adjusted the brake pedal to where it should have been, and then I felt like it was dragging, and then I adjusted it back, and that was the wrong choice. So, so the brake pedal felt like shit again. Fix that, and then after a couple sessions, after the first like hot session, I realized that with this new engine, there's more blow by, and on the VQs on the valve covers. On the driver's side, there's one that's like a little, like, I don't know, knobby deal on the back, and it's got a very tiny hole in it, and it vents to atmosphere. It's from the factory. That's just how it is. And so has never been an issue. Never had any oil leaking or anything like that. Towards the end of the session, I was getting smoke coming out of the engine. I was like, "Fuck!" So I come in, and sure enough, I'm getting enough blow by out of that little spigot. That it's getting oil onto my headers and smoking. Not dramatic, but enough to cause smoke. So I had some hose, and then I routed that hose to a body armor bottle, and now I have a second catch can, and that seemed to work for the day.
It's not a Mountain Dew bottle, but we'll allow it.
I didn't have a Monster that day. Otherwise, it would have been the stereotypical take the cap off and put it in your Monster, like all those knobs.
All those
One should.
all those people named Chad.
Yep.
Somehow they're all named Chad.
Very Chad. Or Kyle. Actually, that's a very Kyle.
The ones that aren't Chad are Kyle.
That's a Kyle move. Yeah, so that solved that problem. That being said, the car felt okay. Still not a well set up car at that point. I'll fully admit it. I did not have it set up well. I just needed it to run.
Engine wise?
No. The engine ran perfectly.
Okay.
Actually ran cooler than it was before. The power band is noticeably better. What I found myself doing was shifting at my regular audible points and then having to remind myself, no, there's 1,000 more RPM. Go to the shift light. And
That's
we went to great.
ways, though.
Yep.
We went to great lengths for more RPM.
Yep.
Stopping before you get there.
Yeah. Did you see the shift light? No. Keep going. And Joe actually said he was doing that on the dyno too, because he was so used to like the normal shift points, and so he would have to remind himself, "No, we keep going now." Yeah, but immediately faster than it was last year on tires that are a year old, and a car that I'm very unhappy with the setup on at the time.
So what RPM are you shifting it at, or targeting shifting it at?
It's 7,500 now.
Okay.
We could probably get a little higher, but we're still keeping it within a safety region for those cams, which is nice because we had a pretty significant drop off after 6 on the old engine, and then 6,600 was your absolute limit within safety, which is crazy to think that my original tune that other shop did had the shift point at 7,400 originally. It's a miracle I still had that engine.
They like abuse.
They do.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
How fucked that tune was.
Yep.
I mean, the limiter on mine is now 78. I'm sure that's fine.
That's probably fine on an HR. On a DE, 74 is a death sentence. It's unbelievable that it survived, because I did a whole year like that.
So
Almost 2 years.
is it carrying the majority of peak power all the way through that, or does it taper off?
It tapers a little, but it's like it just, the cams basically took the whole curve and just moved up with it. So it's like the torque just instantly goes up, and it's like 15 more torque than where it started, and then it just fucking tabletops until it hits an intersection point. And then it climbs higher than it did, and then it just kind of tapers off a little, but then there's like an extra 1,000 RPMs of it. So it's just like everything just kind of moved up and then now over. So it's better in every point of the RPM.
You might say that there's more area under the curve.
Like 20% more area. Yes. Legitimately 20% more area. Because
That's fucking.
I have an Excel sheet, and I actually plotted the old dyno graph and then the theoretical new one, because I don't have a dyno jet to dyno jet, and the minimum area under the curve that I've gained is at least 13%. And then depending on where we land on the grid life dyno, it could be up to 21, 22%. And then I have two potential paths I can take with classing, depending on how it lands on the grid life dyno. I'm pretty sure I don't have to take the flat tune the way I thought I originally had to, just the way the curves all work out.
That was gonna be my question. Yeah, I was wondering if
the way it works, the way that this curve works, I'm probably going to end up going with the probably claim 240 horsepower. Live slightly under that, which means I barely lop anything off the top, and then it's not flat. So we'll probably do that, because that's only 4%. And then
Fuck yeah.
So I think that's where I want to land. Again, we'll get on at Midwest Fest. We'll get on the dyno and see what makes most sense, because my original plan was to run flat and then just take the full flat tune and then peak out at 230. But I think because we didn't gain a lot of power top end, we just gained a lot of power everywhere, and it's really not like flat. And so I don't think I need to like hardly take anything out of it besides maybe just like snip off a little bit of the peak, and that's it. So
Just let her eat.
yep. So and I think I'll be happier at that. And so we'll play with it at Midwest Fest and see what it looks like. But yeah, it's God damn, it's so much better, and it sounds so much better. So yeah,
It sounds good enough that it gets compliments from people that run track events.
Yep, the Tracklicious guy came because
Who
I
probably normally hate VQs.
and that's fair. Yeah, the Tracklicious guy came up to me towards the end of the day and was like, "Man, this thing sounds awesome." And I was like, "This one, I'm standing next to this blue one, right?"
Yeah, Robbie told us that the guy said that, and I was like, "No, no, I'm driving the 350Z. I'm not sure which one you're talking about." You mean me? Oh, okay.
There was a Supra part next to me. I was like, "Him? No, it's not him.
No.
He's real quiet. Can't even hear him."
You were doing the Night at the Rock. Me, him, me, him, me.
So then got that sorted, went back out on the next session, and much more smoke. Everything's fine on the gauges, but much more smoke. Come in, and every single spark plug cylinder thing filled with oil. Like, coming out of the fucking coil packs just everywhere.
What the
Because
fuck?
the VQ35 valve cover is brilliantly designed.
Yeah, which I
And
learned.
it has a non-replaceable seal in the spark plug tube,
Yep.
which is why mine has two that are like moderately wet, but not wet enough to get into that yet.
Yeah. So
All right.
I've never ran into this. The valve covers that were on the old engine never gave me problems whatsoever at all. And
You
so
put pretty ones on this one, and that's why it became a problem.
So the problem was, my original plan was to not really rob a lot of parts off the engine that was good in good condition, and so I was just cherry picking what I thought were the best parts out of the 3 other VQs that I had in the shop. So I had like almost, I think it was 5 sets of valve covers to choose from. I chose wrong. And so I took.
there's a theme here.
Yeah, so it's same with the cam phaser gears. I took what I thought were the right ones. They were not. And then took so I took those valve covers off, but again, that visually looked the best. And then I cleaned them all up, and I painted them. You know, I did that what's that called? That rough finish paint, crinkle paint. I crinkle painted them red. They looked really nice, and I ruined them the first event or the first test day.
That's how that goes.
Yep. And so it's like 10:30 on that Monday, and I'm looking at them going, I have 3 sets of valve covers just sitting on the shelf, 2 of which I know for sure are good. All right, well, we already have an hour lunch break. Fuck it. So I drove all the way back to my house, grabbed 2 valve covers. Actually, I grabbed them all, but I grabbed... but took the 2 that I knew I would want. And then drove all the way back to Mid-Ohio, and luckily I caught a group of people that were dead set on going 85. I mean, 75. And then... made it
just above the posted speed limit.
Yeah, we're right there.
Just moderate.
Made it there at like 1 o'clock. Actually, maybe before that. Either way, so I only missed like a session, and then thrashed to get the old valve covers out and got those thrown away, and then put the new covers back in. Because I'm sitting there at the track like Googling. I was like, well, how can I just get seals? Because I knew that the seals that I had purchased were brand new, but they only go around the outside of the valve cover. They don't actually do anything with the spark plugs because they're pressed in. Like when those go bad, you just replace the whole valve cover, and they're like $360 a piece from Nissan now. So
I recently became aware of that also.
Yep. Super not cool.
Why?
That's the reason I still have 2 oily spark plugs.
Yep, and then the aftermarket ones aren't like they're notorious for leaking immediately. So got those slammed in the new set, or the set that I'm pretty sure is good. Got back out there, and of course, like every time this happens, it's when someone that knows me from the podcast or through Grid Life that I see like once every 4 years. They're like, "Hey," and I'm like in the middle of a bad crisis, and I'm like the shittiest person to talk to, and they're like trying to be like, "Hey, I know you. I actually like you. Let's talk." And it's like, I'm not a good person to talk to today. I'm sorry. I'm such a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a piece of shit today. I can't
apologize to on the air tonight.
It was Larry McLeod.
Sorry, Larry.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, it happens. But yeah, I was like in the middle of the crisis trying to figure out what to do with these valve covers. I'm like, I don't want to throw away my whole day. So yeah, went and got it fixed. Slammed it back in there. Fixed it, no problem. And then when I got home later, I redid the whole catch can setup so that it doesn't go into a Gatorade bottle. Yeah, I know. But yeah, then the rest of the day was.
You replaced it with a Monster can, right?
No, I actually piped it into the actual catch can. It's much happier now. Boring.
Robbie.
Yep.
How is anybody going to understand how extreme your lifestyle is?
I guess hold on. What I can do is that at Grid Life, maybe I will hold my hood open with a skateboard. Will that help?
No, it needs to be a rollerblade.
That doesn't work. It's too short.
Well, just to have it popped, you know.
Okay.
Like it shows.
Hold on. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll take my steering wheel and then I'll use that to prop the hood open. Maybe I'll just have 2 Monster cans holding the hood open.
There we go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Is NOS still a sponsor? I don't know if NOS is still a sponsor.
That's a good question.
But if they aren't, definitely don't do NOS cans.
Definitely not NOS if they're not sponsoring anymore.
I know they don't sponsor Forsberg. That's all I know.
Yep.
I think they're like an overall sponsor, but maybe not a class sponsor anymore. I think Jabez said they're doing like this. It's the NOS Energy stage or something. But yeah, they kind of.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
They kind of stepped in it with Forsberg.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell somebody you're not interested in drifting anymore, maybe don't simultaneously plan a giant marketing strategy with a bunch of other influencers / athletes that you sponsor around drifting.
Yeah, that's a bad look. It really is.
And publish the video for it the week that FD starts.
Especially like one of the longest running, most well liked mainstream names in drifting.
Well, I mean, they've been with him forever. Like that logo was on the side of his car whenever I saw them street driving it out of SEMA in 2015. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
So the rest of the day was pretty uneventful. But I did do a track walking podcast that night. So like I got home just in time to just. I don't even think I didn't unhook the truck and trailer. I just dropped everything and then got on the podcast and then told them about my day. So there's probably a more detailed in the moment podcast on that. But yeah, that was kind of the key takeaways there was that car wasn't really well set up, but the engine felt great. And then I had those goofy issues, which I will happily take those as the issues if that's all I'm dealing with.
Have you seen Scott's fancy new eye tracking shit?
I did. And then the first thing I did was that when he posted a video, I messaged him immediately and said, I can see you looking at his crotch. Because I'm a good friend.
I mean, obviously.
I'm a good friend.
That's really cool, though.
How does it work?
I don't have the slightest clue.
I think they're light glasses and they can see where you're looking, and then it goes into a software. Yeah. So
Yeah, as someone who has been thinking about how you move your eyes around, because I've been driving the sim with Oculus VR headset on, you can't move your eyeballs in there. You have to move your whole damn head, and it gives you more perspective on what you see while you're driving, but then also it's not intuitive at all, because if you move your eyes sideways, you just see black. So you have to move your whole head around, and it's kind of a mind trip.
yeah, no, I do plan on talking to him about it next time I see him. So, and then I did a test day. Was that like a week ago? Memorial Day.
Yeah,
at Grattan, and I'd never been to Grattan, and I will say that it's my favorite track in Michigan. It's great. It's a super,
of the 2 tracks you've driven in Michigan, that one's your favorite.
yes. I feel confident with
Of
that.
I feel
tracks
confident in Michigan.
Yeah, I feel confident with that statement. Yes.
I'm not even sure that's a bold statement. I think a lot
not.
of people that have driven Grattan like it.
It's great. I really do enjoy it.
It's kind of like naming your favorite track in Texas.
There isn't one. That's silly.
Well, there's only one, so
Circuit of the Americas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And pretty soon, no one's gonna be able to
until
drive it.
until December 31st, and then it's going to be dead.
Womp womp.
At least the normies like us.
Nope.
Hey, you might hit it big in the tech game.
Is there still roller coasters and shit there?
Well, yeah, they haven't even. I don't even think that's opened yet.
Interesting.
They've
I
been
thought
building
they were
that
done.
forever, and I still don't think it's actually open.
For some reason, I thought they were done with those.
There was like a zip line thing that's been there for a long time, but no, they've been building roller coasters there for like 7 years,
Weird.
and I don't know
There
when
was
it's actually supposed to
definitely
open.
parts of roller coasters, just like giant stacks of track. When I was there for Super Lab last time that I went,
Yes,
when I
which
almost died from
there's been pieces of there's been pieces of roller coasters laying around for literally 6 or 7 years.
yeah,
That's so weird.
very strange.
I need to take a break because apparently my kid just lost its first tooth.
Kids don't change anything, does they?
Jesus.
I'll be right back.
No, the show must go on.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're happy with the motor at least?
Yes. Motor feels great. The traction control.
The effort.
Yeah, the traction control logic that we had in it works great on cold tires at street speeds. So we are reevaluating how we are doing it. We did some changes to it before Grattan, and that was a pretty dramatic improvement. And then Joe has been working with I don't know his name. I think Brian sticks out in my head. I don't know who it is. And he does road racing traction control stuff on some other cars. And so before Midwest, we're going to modify the logic a little bit more to align with how Brian is doing it. Kind of bridge that gap so that it's pretty dramatically different to have a race car on hot tires at speed compared to a street car on cold tires. So yeah, the original stuff we had felt great until you get up to speed and your slips are slightly, are such, dramatically different. So,
Is Joe still loving this as like a development?
oh
I've
yeah,
never got to do this stuff before.
this is the shit he enjoys. Like he's
Right.
he's
'Cause
really
it's
liking
new.
this. It's a challenge that isn't just like a deadline asshole guy. Just be like, no, I need this, and I need it right, and I need, it's like, no, like, let's figure it out. Like if it doesn't work, let's try something else. Like it's like
Let's take our time and get it right.
Yep.
That's all I care about.
well, like even if we don't get it right, like if we're on the same page on like development and like let's try this.
Yeah.
It didn't work. Let's try this. Like and like that's where we're at, because like we're
Right.
going down that path of like let's try all this stuff with traction control logic. We'll find something that works. And then like we want to experiment with like different intake tubes and like different types of like diameters or like lengths and stuff like that. So we do want to do a bunch of experiments with different intake pipes to see if that changes
your torque curve and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yep, exactly. So we have a couple of ideas there. Haven't had a chance to really develop or dive into that, but we do have a plan to basically after Midwest Fest just kind of start playing with that.
Jesus.
Yeah. So like we're way in the weeds, and so after Mid Ohio, again, I had like little things to fix, but it wasn't like, oh, here's this list of shit that needs to be fixed just to get back to baseline. So it was just like, here's the couple things that I need to get fixed, and then it's like, now I hate my setup. Let's go down this path of how do I improve my setup? And so that's where I got home, and then I get all of my like race car engineering books and like all this stuff out, and I'm like reading, go deep diving into suspension setup and like trying to like bridge that gap of knowledge that I've kind of just ignored the last handful of years, where it's just kind of like, okay, well, I got the suspension, like I just need the car to work. And so like I haven't focused on that in ever. Let's be honest, ever.
Yeah, you've definitely just been break fixing that car for the most part for the last couple of years.
Yep.
Trying to make a car just be functional is not conducive to making it be fast.
Yep. So Dusty and he's got that suspension analyzer software that he's used for like on the Camaro setup and the C10, I assume. And so I was giving him information, as I'm like going through all this stuff, kind of like refreshing my mind on like roll centers and like just all the geometries that go into it, and like rereading all of the like Excel sheets and screen grabs from when I bought the coilovers and like the spring rates that I chose and why, and like those conversations I had with Fortune, because I did save all that. And so then I'm working with shooting stuff over at Dusty. I was like, hey, put this in your analyzer. And
yeah, because three or four winters ago, I was like, why does my car handle like butt? I'm just going to put it on jack stands and plot all of the suspension points and put them into the software and see what it says. And then, it turns out no matter what you do to a 350Z, it says either heavy understeer, some understeer, or moderate understeer. It doesn't you don't get it to just neutral. Like it doesn't happen.
And the numbers it would the numbers it would take to get it to neutral are like completely illogical. You would never run those. And it would
to get it to neutral, it needed like I moved from 8K rear springs to like 12s and like nearly front sway bar rate on the rear. And then it's like, oh, neutral. I'm like, no, that would be a death trap is what that would be. I can tell you from experience.
There's no way that would work.
But how much of that is just error in the plotting or in the simulation? And how much of that is problems with the actual suspension on the car?
So the geometry of the car itself is deeply flawed.
Yep.
For lack of but the software it's basing everything on like roll stiffness and roll center and like CG and all of these different factors. So it's a general guideline. It's not like, and like realistically it's been pretty spot on. Like if we got the Camaro to the point where it was like neutral, it would be pretty well neutral, and then you could just drive it with the throttle for rotation. So
right.
But the multi-link suspension on the rear of the Z is hard to duplicate in there because there's an extra link that muddies things up. And then the front suspension having the two-piece lower that gives you like a kind of a dynamic lower pivot is also kind of hard to replicate.
It's like a 2D software. You're just working in, X and Y.
Well, no, it's 3D, but it doesn't have a parameter for doing two lower ball joints on the front. Like it doesn't. Yeah. So whenever I did it, I just used the main point, or I think I might have split the difference between the two of them just for something in the ballpark. And that's going to make more of a difference on like Ackerman and scrub radius than it is on like overall, like the general like roll stiffness and all of that other stuff, like that's not going to be as big a deal. But it's a super in-depth and super powerful software that I need to learn more to be able to maximize.
I will give you reasons to. Well, we will be working through it together. But yeah, so we were doing that, going through that software, and kind of like a thought process of like where I wanted to go with this, because like in the 350Z track group, there's always the argument on rear sway bar, and like, you know, all the setup. And so like a couple of years ago, I was convinced like, oh yeah, I should take my rear sway bar out. That's what everyone's doing. That's what everyone says to do. And so
the going advice anytime it comes up in the Z group is ditch the rear sway bar completely.
Yep.
Do not even have it on the car. And
okay.
So a couple years ago, I did that. And then again, since then, I've had nothing but weird problems. So it's like, I never have been able to get to the point where I was happy with it again. And so at Mid-Ohio, I was like, this is an understeering fucking pig. I know this car can be better.
Right.
And so we were I was going back and forth with Dusty and like going back through all my notes. And it's just like, okay, so when I put the springs on, I went with, you know, the 16K in the front because that maths out perfectly to what I should be at. And then the rears were like between 7 and 8K. And so I went with 7K because that's what I had originally. And like softer was kind of better with the old setup. And I was like, I'll just go with 7. And then we were kind of talking about it and going through the math. I was like, I think 8K is where I should be. So I got a set of 8K springs, put them on. Again, kind of had that conversation about like, you know what? I don't think people are right about this rear sway bar. Put the rear sway bar on, still on soft, but it's on. And then I also adjusted my splitter a little bit, and I kind of redid how I did the angle of attack on that. And I don't remember my car ever feeling this fucking good ever. Just like I did,
like at Groton.
Yeah, at Grattan, it was just like everything. It was like alive. It had like an actual oversteer. I wasn't understeering through every corner. Like I could control it. Like it just, those minor changes made such a big difference. And like,
like the time that because at one point I was reading everybody talking about no rear sway bar, and I put my stock one back on, and it made the car just, it would not turn. It was just, and that was, I never did stiffen up the front sway to the extreme that I needed to. But yeah, I'd always had it in my head of like, this car needs some additional roll stiffness in the rear. Mm-hmm. It just has to have it. I don't understand what the dynamics are of it, but for the way that I wanted to drive it, and especially on like street spring rates, it definitely needed it. So
yeah, so made those changes got the minor fixes in place, got those changes made to the suspension, went up to Grattan because Jason Kanakry and a handful of those friends up there from Michigan were crashing an Alfa Romeo test day or HPD day on Memorial Day. And I've never been to Grattan, and it sounded like another perfect opportunity to get some, seat time in at the car before Midwest Fest.
Plus, an Alpha Day basically guarantees fairly open track, at least in the afternoon.
You are spot on. They were combining run groups by the end of the day. So like, I fill out the thing about like track experience, and I have none at Grattan, but I obviously have a ton of track experience, and so like I fill out the form on like, here's the car I'm bringing. I was like, here's the weight to power ratio. Like this, like, don't put me with the slow cars unless you want me to be passing people. But then they also had like this funny little thing to fill out. It's like, what's your ego on a scale of whatever? And it's like, do you have a really fragile ego, or like? And I put, I was like, I genuinely don't give a fuck. I just want to get laps in. So they put
350 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah. So they put me in the novice group with the slow cars.
Damn it.
And so I did lead follow on the first session with one of their instructors, just to kind of get a feel for the track. Because I have it on Assetto Corsa because there's actually a really good one that some guy on Patreon made, and so I just bought it and did an hour worth of learning the track on the sim just to get a feel for it. So I wasn't going completely green. And then after 2 laps, it translated really well. It's actually, again, on like high elevation stuff, it seems to be easier to translate in real life because you can see things, whereas in the sim, things get kind of hidden. Because there was some corners I was like, God damn, this is scary in the sim. And it's like in reality, it's fine. So we did that, and then basically just was told to just go do your thing. And besides like dealing with a little bit of traffic, I mean, in general, it kind of like, it was not a bad thing to be in that group because everyone was, again, no egos or anything like that. So it's just kind of like you catch somebody, you wait until you get to a passing zone, they let you right by. It's no big deal. Never had any issue with anybody on track whatsoever, at least in my group.
There's a jump on that track, right?
Yes. I wasn't going quite fast enough to get that. The McLaren would have.
The McLaren does.
But it's fucking fun, dude. That track is so fun. And there's like there's 3 ponds you could just end up in.
Is it your new Hallett?
Within driving distance, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I like it a lot.
How far is it for you?
6 hours, including stopping for gas and stuff.
Okay.
So it's like almost the same distance to Gingerman. It's just a different angle of attack, basically.
It's kind of Detroit area, right?
It's Grand Rapids area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's further over there. It's like 2.5 hours from Detroit, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. So I did the first session was, again, kind of a lead follow, whatever, 60%, 50%, whatever. Then the next 2 sessions were getting up to speed, getting comfortable with the car. Just honestly, really, besides traffic, was really uneventful. Besides just getting comfortable and just kind of pushing the car, and things were feeling good. The car felt great. Went out at lunch because I did it was kind of quickly back to back, and I didn't want to retorque my wheels and do all that while they were still hot. And so I was going to do it over lunch. And then when I went out after lunch, I realized that one of my front studs was gone.
Fuck.
So I was like, well, it's already 1 o'clock. I have a 6-hour drive home and work tomorrow. I was like, I can thrash to replace this stud and get 1 more session. Or this is tomorrow's problem. We'll just call it a day. It's really not worth it. Because it's just, again, it's an HPDE, nothing on the line. On the old 350Z like OEM hubs, if you start breaking lug studs, that's a sign that you have bigger problems. Because like on the OEM setup, if you're using the OEM lugs, when those start breaking, that's a sign for sure your wheel hub is fucked. Like, so that like you actually are told not to use ARP studs on OEM hubs because they'll mask the fact that you're failing really badly. Besides, like pad knockback and all this other stuff. But like if you just
swap them out every like 4 or 5 events, and then you'll be fine.
Exactly. But if you don't do that, you leave your OEM studs in there, and those will fail first. And then once you start losing lug nuts or lugs, then you know to replace the whole thing. So that was fresh in my mind. Like, I don't think that's what's going on. These are ARP studs that I've had them for at least 5 years. I've had them in multiple sets of hubs. Like that was a very classic cycle fatigue failure. At least in from my.
That's right at the base of where the lug nut stops.
Yep. I didn't put it in an SEM microscope, but it looked like a high cycle fatigue failure to me. If we can bring work into this.
Engineers. Damn
Like,
engineers.
could you have put it in that microscope if you wanted to?
No, because ours is broken, so we have to send all ours out right now.
Ah, damn it.
Hate it when that happens.
I almost brought it in. I almost brought it in to work to talk to my material scientist and confirm it. But ARP on their website actually has images of like all like the typical failures, and the high cycle fatigue one matched this one perfectly. So I just think it's, they've been used.
Yeah, five seasons with as many times as
In and out of
morons
hubs.
take wheels on and off. Yeah.
Yep. So like I just use it as an opportunity to take everything off, inspect all the hubs on both sides, inspect everything, make sure there's not something else going on. It's time to replace all the studs, so I just replaced all of them. And I didn't find anything that was concerning. There's no like cracking or grinding or looseness in the hubs. Everything's fine there, it looks like. So I just think these have had enough abuse, and I just happened to catch it before a race weekend, which is good. So got those all replaced. Everything's ready to go there. But yeah, it was just one of those like, this doesn't seem like there's any value in thrashing to fix this today. So that was that was the only. No, I mean, if it was a race weekend, sure, I would have slammed a new one in there and kept going. Tried not to miss a race or whatever. But when I'm only going to get one more session and have a 6-hour drive home anyways, it's just nothing to gain, only a lot to lose.
Right.
So the most important question I have about this track event is, how many sessions did the two DeLoreans do?
I think they did all of them. They were V8 swap DeLoreans.
Okay,
Hell
I was like, there's no way they have the original powertrain if that happened.
Yep. So one had high tread wear rating, like a 500.
So
Street
these tires
tires.
don't look like they're ready for the track.
The one was on, I think, Falcons. Yeah, one was on Falcons. The car number 82 was on Falcons, and then the 707 was on like proper street tires, like all seasons, bad in all seasons setup. But yeah, they were in.
Oh, the one has a Falcon on the front and an NT 555 on the rear.
So maybe a little better than 500.
He was there for roll racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I think they made most of the sessions, if not all of them. I didn't see them having any issues. Yeah, they're V8 swapped. They were super nice people. Like I think one of them might have been one of their first track events, if not the first ever that he'd been to. The other one, not many, because they were in that same like new to Grattan group that I was in during the drivers meeting. Yeah, super nice guys. My instructor was teamed up with those guys too, so like he was kind of bouncing back between us during that first session to get us all familiar with the track. But did not expect to see DeLoreans roll in.
That's got to be a wild experience to drive on track,
Yeah.
especially once it hits 88 miles per hour. Of
Yep.
course.
Which they might have actually done with a V8 swap.
Yep.
Yeah, it wasn't doing that in a mall parking lot with that airplane engine in it. from
With
the
a
factory.
rental. My most important question is, did anybody catch any fish in the ponds?
Yes, absolutely. So we showed up.
Because those look like great bass fishing ponds, honestly.
Yeah, hold on. We showed up the night before on Sunday, and so it's me and Jason, and then his friend John, our friend John, and his whole family. So like all the kids were there, and so like we get there and they're like, yeah, they don't have insurance overnight, so you guys have to sleep out in the like waiting area, basically outside of the track. And so, but it's like we can just like half step over this fence and go walk the track. Like they're like, you can do that, that's fine. You just can't sleep here. So it was just, again, it was some weird insurance bullshit. So, but yeah, so like everyone that had been there before, rolls up and they're like, all right, well, we're all going fishing. So there's like 8 people fishing one of the 3 ponds you can get to.
Hell yeah.
You can swing hooks around through the air, but you can't sleep here.
No, you can't do that. But yeah, there's like a pretty decent one in the middle of the track. And then on either side, on the west side, on either side, there's like very large lakes that if you really screw up and miss all the trees, you can get there from the track, which is just wild to me.
But, yeah, that place looks like it has like Hallett vibes in a lot of ways.
Yes.
The fact that there's like basically no fence and then there's just a track right there.
Yep, just track and then pond. I'm sure.
I feel like I've seen video or something of a car ending up in that.
Yes.
One of those ponds.
You had to have. There is no way it's existed without a car or few in those ponds. There's no way.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that at some point.
Yeah, so a handful of them were fishing. I think that was the day you weren't catching shit, and they were catching a bunch of bass here without even trying.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But yeah, super relaxed. Like, it was a beautiful, beautiful day. Both days were beautiful, and so it was just like, we did the track walk, and it's like 74 and sunny with no like hardly a breeze, and everyone's fishing, and the dog is just like running around on the track. It was a blast. And then where was I going with this? Yeah, I didn't bring a fishing pole though, but it was great. And then during the only other thing that was of note is that I know you're going to be really shocked to hear this. Shocked. Are you both sitting down?
Thankfully, yeah.
Okay, good. I don't know if you know this, but if there's somebody at a track day with an ego, there's a decent chance he's driving a new C8. I just want you guys to be aware of this.
A C8 or a GT3.
There's that. The GT3 RS guy was with our group. He's fine. Yeah, so because it's like a non-competition, super laid back, Memorial Day weekend, HPDE day, it's as long as you have gloves and a long sleeve t-shirt, you're good to go. You can ride passenger, whatever. No one cares. Oh, helmet, obviously.
Right.
Right before lunch, I hop into the McLaren, and we go out for our session. And
he's got like some crazy thing now too, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he got rid of his 720.
Yep.
And so he bought an IMSA 570 GT4 that's converted to a street car. So he drives it to work like all the time.
He's living out every 14-year-old's wildest dream. He just needs like a swimsuit model on the passenger seat of it.
Don't we all? And
just bring it really on home.
Yeah. So we go out in this IMSA race car, and doesn't take long to catch the guy in the C8 ZR1.
Jesus.
And so, because this is a non-competition HPDE day, it's point to pass, and there's only two places you can pass: back straight and front straight. And so,
yes, he won't point.
Yup. So I almost said we. I didn't do shit. I was just there.
You were just in the passenger seat going,
I was there. I was just taking it all in, and Jason catches him pretty easily because this car is very capable. He's capable. And like we get behind him, and like so there's out of the what would they call it? The carousel, I think is what they call that. Right before the back straight. We're like inside his door. Like we're already halfway past him, waiting for the point by. And he gets off the racing line and then fucking guns it.
Hell yeah.
All 1,060 horsepower of him.
Hell yeah.
Drag races it to the last hairpin or whatever that last tight corner is. Blows through the apex. Misses it by a mile. And then still won't let us pass. Jason pass. I'm just driving. I'm just riding along. And then we go up the hill and take the right, and we're right behind him. And then we again kind of are like inside his door as he blows through the apex of the last corner, and he's about to gun it again and drag race all the way down the front straight, and they throw the checkered flag. It was just like, dude, you've been beat. And he almost lost it in all 3 of the corners I watched him do it. Like, dude, you're gonna write that fucking car off.
He was ready to, too. He didn't care.
Oh my gosh. And then of course he's like mean mugging us as we pull in and get parked, and he drives past and he's like staring at it. It's like, this is not that serious, guy. Not worth it.
They don't make you take a test before they sell you that car. They'll just sell it to you.
I'm aware.
Anybody.
I'm aware.
It's like my experience with the Alpha, or not the Alpha, the Lotus track night, and he's drag racing me into the break zone for 15 at Eagles Canyon. I'm going like, buddy, you've got more to lose in this situation than I do. I don't care. Your bank's going to be real mad.
Yep. I think that might be like, this is really saying something. That might be the worst ego I've seen on track in, I don't know, a very long time.
Jesus Christ.
And like, it's not like he was in a Volkswagen Beetle or something. I mean, getting outrun by a factory prepped McLaren race car is not really like the biggest hit to the ego.
No, he bought the car with the most horsepower. He has to be the winner. That's
got to be the fastest. He spent the most money.
Well, unfortunately for him, there's only like one section of this track that looks like a drag strip.
Yep.
It looks like they might actually use it for a drag strip.
They might have at one point. Yeah, it's long enough.
Because at one end of the straight, it has like almost like the end of a drag strip kind of shut down.
Yeah, it definitely felt like that. I don't know if I don't know any of the history, but it sure seems like that's something they definitely would have done. Super, super fun track. Can't wait to go back. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Other than that, the car's ready to go. I got by the time
the Midwest Fest ticket.
Yes. By the time this airs, I'll have scumbagged E-Man into letting me use the North End wrench alignment and scales and get all that just tweaked in to where I want it, and we'll be good to go.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Robbie's going racing again.
We're going racing.
When was the last time you actually raced?
Audubon, last fall.
Audubon, okay, that's right.
When him and Matt were duking it out.
Yep, but he's in GT now because he doesn't want to race in TC anymore.
He's all like, I need Aero. I want Time Attacker, who thinks I need a wheel to wheel.
Yep, just doesn't want to hang out anymore.
He's afraid of the VQ.
Yep, that's what it is.
He's afraid of the mighty DE.
Just needs to put an LS in there and be done with it.
We've been talking all this crap about HRs for like however long we've been talking, and then now he's afraid.
Yep. So he was at the track with his Fit last weekend, and so now anytime he posts anything like that, I will respond with, "Man, I can't believe you're at the track right now. That's a lot of confidence. That shows how confident you are in your abilities for GT." And then yesterday,
it started with him doing a weekend day at a brewery with his wife and kid.
That's right.
Instead of being in the garage working on the car getting ready. And Robbie's like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure Coutil's probably just at the brewery today too."
Yeah, I bet Magnuson's just hanging out. He's probably just relaxing all day. I'm sure that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure Matan probably just hanging out all day.
I heard that Ayrton Grimm would have been at a brewery if he was old enough to drink.
Yeah, totally. That seems exactly like something they would do. So yeah, we've been laying it on pretty thick. And then yesterday, I out of nowhere, I was like, "Hey Matt, only 9 more sleeps."
Jesus.
And then he didn't reply for a while because apparently they were working on a denim sway bar, a denim sway bar, a denim that wouldn't work very well. A denim
Sway bar would be dope.
Don't worry, we used 515s instead of 501s. It'll be all right.
It's fine. Yeah, it'll be good to see him.
Yeah, I had a momentary. I started getting memories on my phone from 2023 at Gingerman, and I was like,
That was a good time.
what if I just audible on my little plan here? But I kind of waited a little bit too long to do that. So
A little bit, yeah.
It's fine. You can do it. I should have waited a little bit longer to buy tickets because like no one was really selling any. So and it wasn't sold out. So I'm like, I'll just get my ticket. And then since then, at least 2 people have tried to sell tickets.
Classic.
Every time.
I need to price it and see if it's as ridiculous to get there as it is to get to upstate New York, because that's going to be an expensive little jaunt up that direction.
Yeah.
I think it just costs $600 to get on an airplane, period.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, the problem with Gingerman is that you have to fly into someplace weird and then drive like 4 hours.
Well, the problem with Watkins Glen, New York is the same problem.
Yeah, but you can just fly in with Matt and then we can all drive out of Columbus together.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm
geez,
trying to-
here we go again.
I'm trying to do it and be gone from Thursday to Sunday.
It's
Be
fine.
back home Sunday.
Nah.
So.
Matt's got a family and kids and stuff like that too. He's not going home.
Oh, I'm trying
I thought
to.
they were coming with him.
Shh. Shh. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
I'm trying to do it more for time off of work than anything.
You're the
else,
boss's son.
You basically own the place. Take off whatever time you
It's
need.
a miracle you have to go in at all.
You're not very good at this nepotism thing.
No.
dude.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
terrible.
really not.
He's all like, I had to work Saturday.
Dude, I'm like an Army Reserve. It's one Saturday a month.
Oh, but that's it for me. Like I say, mine was pretty like minorly eventful, but other than that, it's just been like, yeah, just getting the car feel better, making every little improvement here and there. So
I was so excited when you texted that morning from Grattan and were like, "Oh my God, this feels like an actual race car again." And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
yes, we did it. I couldn't
Because
believe
there's
like,
nothing like giving somebody like random unsolicited suspension advice and then waiting around for them to be at the racetrack again and be like,
Hoping that you were at least sort of
either
right about it.
either I'm gonna get a "Hey, this is awesome" or "You idiot."
Well, it helps that we like talked through it, so it wasn't like it was just like, yeah, you have to do this. No, it just this was our like we made that decision together. This definitely seemed like the logical choice.
Yeah.
Well, I was also like, I put more rear spring on my car and did this, and it kind of made it better. And like, we're kind of doing a little bit of the same thing,
Yep.
like with sway bar adjustments on different ends. But yeah, I was hopeful.
No, I remember when I took the sway bar off, and then now like thinking back, it's like, you know, I can kind of correlate to it starting to feel like an
this car's
understeering
drove-
pig ever since then. So yeah,
This
Weird.
car's driven like butt ever since I made this one change.
now that I think about it, yeah. So
Oh, and then, yeah, so after we had all of that discussion, I'm reading the Mark Donahue Unfair Advantage book, and he's talking about, I don't remember which car it was that he's talking about, but it had a super low roll center and like really short suspension arms. And he's talking about like the car was unstable. Like he didn't even feel like he could drive it down the straightaway without it feeling like it just wanted to hurl itself off into the grass. And it's like, he's like, and the best we could figure is that a very low roll center and short suspension arms led to like extreme camber change and this and that and made the car feel unstable. And like 2 nights before this, Robbie and I are talking about the fact that the roll centers on the Z are like just above ground and below ground. And the arms are pretty short on it. And I sent it to him and like outlined that section of it. And I was like, huh,
that tracks.
yeah, this sounds familiar.
You know what's funny is that I've seen a lot of people say that how much better handling the Z is than the 240. So
I like it as a track. I definitely liked it as a track car out of the box for sure.
That's what I feel like I really liked my car when it was stock. And then I changed a whole bunch of stuff on it. And I've been trying to make it as good as it was.
Because we're trying to turn it into a Corvette.
To where it was.
Yeah, so the exact words, a low roll center with short swing arm may have good skid pad performance, but it is very difficult to drive.
So it's been a handful of years since I read that book, but yeah, that's a very good one.
It's so good. I'm mowing through it rather quickly, and I'm kind of bummed because it's almost over. Like, I'm almost to the 917, which I think is kind of the culmination of things. But
Yep.
the beginning of it, whenever like early 60s, and he's talking about developing like suspension geometry theory. Like he's talking about it just in terms of like, yeah, we tried this and it didn't work, but they were the first people that he was among the first people that were like, maybe the tires on the car should all like, point the same direction. Like maybe we should start there. It's just wild to think about how like primitive things were, but also they were driving cars that were running like 140 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Or more. Yeah. The 917 went a lot faster.
Well, yeah, the 917 was doing like 240, but
yeah,
insane. Yeah, so like when I'll say 5 years ago, whenever I read that book, it's like a lot of stuff's probably way over my head. Whereas I definitely need to reread it now with everything I've learned.
Yeah, it's super cool him talking about the Trans Am Camaro and Javelins in there, and like we worked through a lot of like our weird seat of the pants suspension development that we did on the Camaro, and I'm reading his like discussion of spring rates and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is like directly applicable to what we did on our car over the span of like 5 years. It's so weird to think about.
Yep.
You're basically Mark Donahue.
Exactly.
That's what
I didn't have Roger Penske's money though. That was the problem.
Well,
that's all of like that's the tale as old as time, man. That's the difference between them and us.
It's because you're not doing nepotism right. We just went over this.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Roger made most of his on his own, but he also I think had a decent start on it. So
I have no idea where that all came from.
It was car dealerships and tire dealerships and trucking companies.
Yeah.
Born in a better time.
Ain't that the truth?
I did.
Well, boys, I think we've done enough of a show. I've got some other stuff, but I think we'll save that for next time. It's not time sensitive by any stretch.
Okay, works for me.
The only other thing I had was my car is finally legal again to drive on the streets of Texas. Let's how about we say it like this? It's legal. Legal.
It passed.
That's fair.
Purely because the emissions inspection is plugging an OBD2 scanner into it, and it's not
Honestly,
a visual inspection or a tailpipe inspection.
I'm sad that you have to do that at all in Texas.
I'm shocked that you have to do it in Texas.
I thought Texas was better than that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Small government Texas. Yep.
Yep. I'll say Ohio does a bunch of weird inspection stuff, but it's not like that.
So, if anyone's wondering, if you put high flow cats on a 350Z and it throws a check engine light, which it seems to do more on an HR than it does on a DE, because everything I can find DE related is like, oh yeah, no problem. Just put the extensions on there and it'll be fine. If you get into the 370 forums, they're like, oh yeah, it's like 50-50. You're probably going to get a check engine light. So you can order the $25 a piece mini catalyzer extensions that have like a mini cat element built into them, and then put the extension that comes with the cats off of that. That's like a 90-degree elbow, and then shove it full of steel wool. At 350 miles, we have not had a check engine light.
This was like you giving me suspension advice, because when you were fighting through this, I was like, just stuff steel wool in there, and it worked.
Finally, yeah, it was my absolute last ditch. Like, I went to the grocery store and I bought a package of steel wool, And I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm going back over to the storage unit and I'm getting the stock cats and I'm putting them back on it and I'm going to be done with all of this.
He had one more option that I sent him, which was putting a resistor in line with his sense signal.
There you go.
I sent that to him too, and I was like, "This is your option if the seal wool doesn't work."
That's what you do right there. You just lie to it.
So watching that guy put a resistor on there gave me PTSD flashbacks to whenever I was a kid. We got one of those like 500 electronics projects in one deals that was just a breadboard and a giant bag of resistors.
Yep.
And we spent like 2 weeks building a transistor radio, and it never did anything. Oof. It did not make a sound. It did not light up. It did nothing.
I still have my breadboard from college.
I took one look at that video and saw that little that resistor with the little stripes on it, and I was that Chihuahua in the GIF with just the fog of war falling back over me. We'll try one or two more things before we get to that level of desperation.
We had solutions. That's all that matters.
So yeah. Cars are
Texas
fun.
has that.
Yeah, it's just in large counties now. So
No.
that's what I get for living in the city.
I gotcha.
No safety inspection, so I get
because that's what Missouri does. My dad has to pass a safety inspection, and I actually am okay with that.
Yeah, I get passed by cars with no headlights, no taillights, no bumpers, 5 mismatched tires.
Yeah, like I.
But my car's not legal because
it has an imaginary check engine light.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not imaginary. It was there.
I mean, I guess, but.
I don't think those cats are doing anything until you're running it balls out, wide ass open.
That's how you should be driving a VQ at all the time. Anyways,
well, that's why they always talk about getting the car really hot before you take it in to do the sniffers.
Yep.
Yeah. Luckily, there's no sniffer, so
fucking beat the piss out of it and then take it in there. And hope there's not a line.
It's a VQ. It prefers abuse, anyways.
So I ended up having to take it back. I Googled and Googled and Googled and never found how many miles it needed to be before like it was past like having reset, because I'd cleared the code. So I'd cleared the code and then went and did the track day and drove like 60 miles on track and then drove it a little bit more and was like, no light. I'll roll the dice and see. And he was like, no, you need to drive like 100 miles. I was like,
oh, okay. They actually check that?
Yeah.
So you can't just clear it, it's sitting there in parking lot and clear it?
No, it has to be, because if you clear it, it doesn't go back to a ready state until a certain number of miles.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That way you can't just clear it and then go in and pass.
Damn it.
So then I drove it the next day. I drove it to work. I was like, well, I'll put some more miles on it. And it did the exact, like it came on at the exact same point in my commute that it always does. It was bizarre. So it had been 170 miles instead of like 70 miles. But so then I got the steel wool and then went back after I had driven it some amount of miles. And he was like, no, you need like 30 more miles. So it took me 3 times. Like by the time the third time I pulled up, they just walked out with their like generic scanner. He's like, yeah, let me plug it in and see if you're ready or not. Like, hello, Mr. Nixon. Like, hi. How's it going, guys?
Just one more. Just one more.
I'm back.
I think I've lied enough to get it through this time.
Yep. That's awesome.
It's a good thing they don't look too closely.
Oh, these guys don't. He was like, I don't care, but the scanner says it doesn't pass. So,
yep.
Like they're cool. There's just a bunch of like 20-something dudes that are working in an oil change place. Like they could not care less. They were just asking the questions.
Their cars were cheated to get past as well. So,
yep.
They were all asking me. He's like, hey, who's doing your tune? Who's doing this? Who's doing Cool.
Just send him to Ohio.
Yeah,
I know a guy.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Yeah. This was a good one.
That was
another
show.
good international travel and leisure show.
Featuring an international.
I might do some camping later this year, but other than that, I'm pretty much done with leisure and travel.
No.
The international voice of time attack and
fishing.
fish slaughter.
We ate a lot of fish though, and it was delicious. It was all cooked,
Yeah, you cook that fish, yeah, usually.
as fish should be.
No. Absolutely not.
The newest shirt in the 10/10 store, if that still exists, is going to be
exists.
related to lure size.
I still have your 10-pound test podcast logo just in case I decide to ruin this hobby too. So you made it as a joke, but I didn't take it as one.
It's still the contractor podcast idea is still the best idea that's been floated on here. And
Probably.
It would have the most listeners for sure.
And it would probably be the easiest thing to get sponsorships for,
Yep.
like big ones.
Harbor Freight.
Oh yeah.
Milwaukee, DeWalt, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
the size of the displays at SEMA in the tool section were eye-opening.
Yeah.
Like Milwaukee put like $5 million into the SEMA show. Of course, whenever I walk out of my garage, I look around and I see why.
Yep.
Yeah, you should see it at a job site.
God, I got a Milwaukee weed eater string trimmer.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, it's a bad bitch.
Say I got a Ryobi. It's pretty good too.
Our the other podcast we could start is the lawn care podcast. Yeah.
Oh, I pay somebody for that. I don't know a fucking thing about it.
You can be the contrarian counterpoint guy.
What's the point? You can just pay somebody to do that, you know? Actually, what I think I'm going to do is buy a robot one because...
So your lawn's not very big, yeah.
My lawn's not very big, and the robot ones aren't that expensive, and I think in probably 2 or 3 years I would have saved money on it. I just don't know how long they'll last.
I've heard good things. I didn't believe in them at all, but the people have said good things.
Yeah, I kind of want one.
All right, you have to do it now, and then we can review it on the podcast.
I mean, I probably won't.
Ah, boo.
We should get it sponsored. Oh, here's one that's like $600 at Home Depot.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
Huh.
Yeah, and the thing is that it doesn't matter how long it takes because you're not doing it.
I'd be curious how long it would take to do mine.
It doesn't matter if
how many charges it would take.
It doesn't matter if it takes it 3 hours or 12 hours. You're not doing it, and they're fucking damn near silent because they're electric, so they can run at night.
This one's only 10 inches wide. That would take forever.
It doesn't matter though, because you're not the one doing it.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just
It's brilliant.
mine would just never stop. It would just go to one end and then start over.
By the time it gets to one end, it's got to start back on the other. It's fine though.
It gets to the very end, and then it looks over at the other corner. It's like, son of a bitch.
The only problem is that when the robots take over, you'll have pissed off your lawnmower.
Oh yeah,
So you're
abuse.
going to be on the wrong side of the robot overlords.
They've been monitoring our
out the
conversation. Yeah, they've been monitoring our group chats about
Yeah,
them.
because you've been treating their friends like a slave.
Yeah,
But,
I would feel bad for it. That'd be
Whatever. Yeah.
That's a lot.
But I don't think they're going to take that as a. Oh, well, I mean, at least you felt bad.
You felt bad. At least.
I mean,
Oh god.
not bad enough to not do it.
No.
the 6 best robot lawnmowers of 2026. Let's see.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's where the life is.
Is there one that's 72 inches?
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's $5,000. That's
It doesn't matter.
But
Rob.
so is a regular lawnmower at that size.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're not that much more expensive than a regular lawnmower. At that point, who cares? Just buy the robot one.
And I'm 10 years in on using a like $320 Honda powered Troy-Built.
I have a lawn boy that is older than all of us that still works perfectly fine.
I just bought
I don't use it.
I just bought a Hustler. It's big.
You just bought it because it's called Hustler.
No, it's because E-Man had it and he was selling it.
The only reason he bought that one is because he couldn't find one that was branded Penthouse.
I wish. No, I did. I have learned that there's a dramatic quality downgrade in build from Cub Cadet to Hustler.
Oh, I have no doubt of that in my mind.
Cub Cadets are so much better built.
Yeah.
Like a Hustler would be great on a golf course or a football field. But if you live on a yard or acreage that has
on an estate,
acreage that has bumps and things and I don't know, real things in the world.
Yeah.
Shit breaks and you have to like build your own extra bracing system because it's not rigid enough. And then you have to like build your own belt tensioner because it isn't good enough. I'm not bitter. I'm just saying.
I mean,
not bitter. You're just an engineer.
I had to approach it that way. I was like, I can fix this. I can make this work.
Fucking robot. If you're gonna have to work on it all the time, just as well done a robot, so you didn't have to run it.
Yeah, there's that. I think I got it to a point where I can actually mow now and not have to like replace shit every other time. It was real annoying the first year. I will admit that.
Here's one with a 21-inch blade that's $4,000.
That's not enough inches, Dusty.
It runs.
I need it to have like 3 of those.
I can't stress this enough, Robbie. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You're not doing it.
A 21-inch blade is going to make some noise, though. You're not.
I need like 2 of those blades. It needs 2 of them.
It doesn't matter, Robbie. You're not the one.
I'm not mowing my lawn with a 10-inch lawnmower.
So I also look at these things and think that it's swinging a lawnmower blade underneath it, and it probably works in a similar fashion to the Shark robot vacuum that I have.
The Roomba, yeah.
That like runs into stuff like over and over and over again. Yeah. I would just be sitting there on the back porch with a nice armless Palmer in my hand. I'm like, you already mowed that spot. What are you? Quit going over that spot. You already mowed it.
You're just sitting there judging your robot. If I knew you were going to be this bad at it, I'd do it myself.
I'd be curious how I could get mine to program for like go from one area over the driveway to the other area around these trees.
I don't think it cares. I think it just.
I would have to program like a start and stop area, which would take a minute, but.
We looked at this at work for a while because we were really busy one day.
I can tell.
And, they have like all this stuff. You can draw borders around on the app and stuff like that. It's actually, most of them are pretty well thought out.
So my front yard it slopes off to the point that the bottom like 3 rows that I do on it, I stand on the sidewalk and hold the mower up separately. So I don't know that any of these would work for me. They would probably just roll off of it.
I think you might be surprised.
I just want the $1,500 Milwaukee one now. So all I do is just go out there and pull the trigger.
Gross.
I just want someone to let me borrow theirs for the sake of mowing 3.5 acres with a 10-inch mower, and just for science.
Just for science.
You're gonna get your mind blown by how awesome it actually works, and you're gonna go out and buy one, Robbie.
If it did, I would.
Think about how much extra time you could put into fixing the race car if you didn't have to mow.
Oh, I think about it. It gets to about September, October, and I'm just like, give me the first snow already. I'm done with this shit.
No,
but it's my podcast time. That's when that's the only time I like really listen to podcasts. So it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. All right, for real though. We'll see you guys later.
We'll catch everyone else next week.